Resident Evil fans, we might have some bad news. Capcom has been cooking lately with the Resident Evil franchise. We already have Resident Evil 9, also known as Resident Evil Requiem, the upcoming DLC expansion, and of course the highly anticipated Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake. But it looks like fans might have to wait much longer than expected for the Resident Evil 9 DLC, because Capcom has reportedly made an unusual decision, and for some players, this might not be the news they wanted to hear. According to recent information, development on the Resident Evil Requiem DLC is already underway, which is definitely exciting. However, according to Insider Dust Golem, the expansion may not launch until after the release of Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake. Now, this is where things get interesting because we currently don't have an official release date for Code Veronica Remake. Capcom has not made any announcements yet, so everything is still speculation. But looking at the last several years of Resident Evil releases, Capcom usually launches both their mainline Resident Evil games and remakes somewhere between January and May. If that pattern continues, there is a possibility that Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake could release sometime in early 2027. And if the Resident Evil Requiem DLC is planned to arrive after that, we might be waiting until around May 2027, or maybe even longer before we finally get our hands on the expansion. For fans who are waiting for more story content, this could definitely be disappointing. Recently, Capcom also surprised players by releasing a brand new Resident Evil Requiem game mode called Leon Must Die Forever. This mode was shadow dropped and caught a lot of fans off guard. However, the reaction from the community has been mixed. Leon Must Die Forever is a challenging roguelike survival mode designed to test players' skills, but for many fans, this isn't exactly what they were hoping for. A large part of the Resident Evil community has been waiting for more story-driven content, especially after the ending of Resident Evil Requiem left so many unanswered questions. But before we go any further, it's important to remember that Dusk Golem's information should be taken with a grain of salt. While he has shared accurate information about Resident Evil in the past, leaks and rumors are never guaranteed to be correct until Capcom officially confirms them. Since the launch of Resident Evil Requiem, there have already been several rumors about potential DLC expansions because the game's ending left a lot of mystery behind. Fans still have questions about certain characters, the future of the story, and where Capcom is planning to take the franchise next. The upcoming story expansion may not answer every single question, but even getting some answers is enough to make fans excited. Now, according to rumors, this Resident Evil Requiem DLC will focus on Leon, Kennedy, and Grace while also featuring Ada Wong. I already talked about this in detail in my previous Resident Evil 9 DLC video, including what role these characters could play and how the story might continue. But the biggest question right now is simple: when will Capcom release Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake? Because if the reports are true, the DLC release completely depends on Code Veronica coming out first. Personally, I think there is still a chance that Capcom could reveal the Resident Evil Requiem DLC later this year, possibly during the Game Awards. They still have plenty of time to develop the expansion, and a major event like that would be the perfect place to show fans what is coming next. For now, all we can do is wait for official confirmation from Capcom, but let me know your thoughts. Do you think waiting until after Code Veronica Remake is a good decision, or should Capcom release the Resident Evil 9 DLC sooner? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for more Resident Evil news and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hey!